You know what, brothers? I dare you to disappear. And what I mean by that is I dare you to separate yourselves from your current everyday norm in order to find the 2.0 version of yourself. You know what I mean? And what I mean is I dare you to cut the club out for a while. I dare you to, cut certain things out of your diet that aren't the healthiest of choices for you. I dare you to eliminate entertaining women that you don't see going forward in your future. I dare you to cut brothers out of your circle that aren't benefiting you and won't fit in the newest version of you, brothers. I'm daring you, brothers, today to disappear. And I'm telling you, brothers, in order to elevate, in order to find the 2.0, the 3.0, the 7.0 version of yourself, there is no other way to get there. We just talked about a few weeks ago. We just talked about finding the solitude. We're always talking about spending time in the silence. We always talk about it that it takes, separation to elevate. And I'm daring you, brothers, to disappear to find the highest version of yourself. And the thing is this, man, there is no other way. I've tried to elevate. I've tried to tap into that sanctum sanctorum. I've tried to, become a better version of myself while still entertaining my old world. And I'm telling you, it is impossible. I mean, think about this. It's always said that a man is, becomes he's a product of his environment. If all we're doing is entertaining the exact same things day in and day out, then brothers, how can we ever expect to see another reality? So when I'm talking about just disappearing, man, it's the ultimate goal is to reset the mindset, because you have to adjust the mindset first. And you can't adjust this mindset, man, by entertaining the same garbage that is keeping you where you are, brothers. I've tried it. Have you ever tried hanging out with the same old friends that are doing the same old things while you trying to move higher in life? I've had this happen in several segments of my life. Teenage years, 20s, 30s, even currently. When it's time to elevate, brothers, you can't, I'm gonna tell you this. It's hard to go out and hang with a brother or a group of brothers, man, that's still talking about the same low vibrational thing. They're still rubbernecking at every woman that walk by. That all they want to talk about is women, and nonsense and gibberish. When you're trying to elevate, they're steadily trying to hang out in the lowest of vibrating places all the time, and not talk about things that can elevate us as men. It's hard, brothers. I can look at my life now, man, and I can pretty much say that if a man is not my mentor, or if a man is not in the power circle, I pretty much don't have any dealings with any brothers outside of that. Because for me, man, going forward is all about being in positive energy. And I'm not saying the brothers can't get out and enjoy themselves, man. Me and the brothers of the power circle, we're having a closed door meeting in Atlanta next week. We might do a little cutting up, having fun, but at least I'm amongst high vibrational brothers, is what I'm saying, right? You ever tried elevating, finding that 2.0 version of yourself, brothers, when you're in a toxic relationship? Or I wouldn't even say toxic, when you're in a relationship that either no longer serves you, or that woman in your life, is not fit to be in that higher version of yourself, not fit in that world. Have you ever tried that, brothers? Impossible. The thing is this, man, when you're trying to go to that new level, man, you have to understand that people, places, and things that you entertain in this current reality, all of it isn't going to be able to go. And the only way you can get there, man, is to separate yourself from it all. The only way you can get there is to disappear for a while, brothers. I'm daring you, men. I'm daring you, brothers, that talk about you trying to see the highest version of yourself. I'm not talking about everybody. Because a lot of brothers will spend, the energy that they come into their teens, in their 20s. A lot of brothers will ride that same energy until death. They can live to be 100 years old and their frequency will never change. I'm not talking to them brothers. I'm talking to the brothers that are swinging for the fence in life. I'm talking to the brothers, man, that want to find better financial situations, better health, have 5 or 1% women in their lives. Just find a closer relationship to the source, man. And I'm telling you, brothers, if you're trying to find that version of yourself, you have to disappear for a while, man. And the thing is, it's crazy how it works, man. Because, like, once you put yourselves in that spot where you're like, you know what, let me just cut everything out for a while and just sit still for a minute. Brother, that's when things begin to happen, man. You can look at that picture on the thumbnail that I put up, right? Man, I was miserable during that picture. My money was extremely funny. My health was out of control. I'm 200, probably 60, 70 pounds at that point in time, entertaining toxic women. And I disappeared, brother. I just shut down for a minute. And it's crazy because as soon as I shut down, that's when that new world or information towards that new world started to come my way. You always heard me talk about the old schooler back home. Brother named Will, Kilgore, Texas, the brother that saw me moving and said, hey, you know what? After I separated myself, like I didn't know what to do. But all I knew was that the world that I was currently entertaining was no longer for me. And I just sit still, brothers. And the thing is, as soon as I sit still, that's when I cross paths with this old schooler back home that eventually, that in a short period of time after that, became my mentor. And he told me, man, like you moving wrong. And everything he said, because at the time I thought I was winning. Everything he said was just different than what I currently thought. He taught me how to manage my money more. He taught me just how to move and how to find that peace and harmony. Because that's ultimately what I was looking for at that time, man. I just wanted peace. Brothers, I was miserable. On the outside looking in, it was good, man. I had the shiny things and the nice, but brother, I was miserable. So what I was looking for at that time, brother, was peace. And this brother just came in and gave me information on how to find that peace, how to find that stillness. But I'm telling you, brothers, I had to first find that silence. I had to first disappear. I had to first disconnect from everything I knew, man. And I'm telling you, once you do that, brothers, man, that life will come to see you. Brothers that are, this is the thing, man. Once you get in that silence, once you get in that space and you separate it, man, you don't need to entertain anything outside of that frequency. And what I mean is, like once you're in that space, the whole point of disappearing, the whole point of going into hibernation is really to create your new reality. Because it's hard, it's almost impossible to create that reality when you're entertaining the old world. So that's the thing. So once you're getting this energy, once you're getting this silence and start creating that world, brothers, don't entertain any person, place, or thing that isn't vibrating on that level you're trying to go. I can think of, several months ago when I was like, you know what, I'm living in this place of peace that I wanted for so long. I found a certain level of freedom that I wanted so long. Like my life is good, brothers, and I'm so grateful for it. But then I said, you know what, man, there are some, bigger mountains that I want to move in life. Like I want to do some bigger things now. I want to make some more moves, man. And just like last time when I put myself in that silent place, when I separated myself from my old world, the same thing started to happen, man. Let me give a shout out to my mentor now, brother. Brother Rico Jefferson, one of my mentors, man. Roughneck Actual on Instagram. Mac Daddy on YouTube. Man, I'll leave the links. Once I went to that silence, man, I end up, just like Will back in the days, I end up crossing paths with this brother. And I'm gonna tell you something about leveling up, brothers. If you want to level up to the next level, man, put yourselves around people that are already there. For example, if you out of high school, you 20s or whatever, and let's say you at a fast food joint and you flipping burgers, but you're like, man, I see these brothers in the oil field. I see these brothers, getting these higher paying jobs. They're working at banks. They're working at just higher paying jobs. Put yourself around them brothers. If you find yourself and you around the 56, 50, 60, $70,000 range, put yourselves around some corporate America brothers that are making, the 120s, the 130s. You'll quickly identify the things that were in your old world. You'll quickly identify the mindset that you were in and understand why you aren't there. And then you'll understand how to get there. Going back to my brother Rico, man. Shout out to brother Rico, man. I thought I was working hard and grinding and getting it and thinking a certain way until you put yourself in a room with a brother that's making 60, 80, 100K a month. Brother, I understood that I wasn't getting it. I understood that my mindset needed to do some more things to get to another level, man. But it all comes down, brother. It all comes down to first separating yourselves, man. I'm daring you, brothers, to disappear. I'm daring you, brothers, to separate yourselves from your old life, man. There is no other way to get there. There is no other way to get there. And I'm telling you, like I said before, the whole purpose of it is to change your mindset. And it's hard, almost impossible to do that when you're still entertaining the same things that are keeping you there. And this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that world is bad. I'm not saying, brother, if you're in a low place, if you're at the bottom, you need to come out. I may be speaking to some of you brothers at the bottom. But at the same time, I'm speaking to some of you brothers that are living life on a high horse. But now you're trying to go to the next level. Brother, before you get there, you have to separate from your world. You have to change your mentality. You know what I'm saying? I was just telling the brothers in the power circle the other day, man. We were having this conversation, of course, at a much deeper level. Shout out to my brothers in the circle. And I was telling them, I said, man, there was a point in life when I was trying to elevate, but a lot of things that happened that put me in, I would just say an unfavorable situation where I was trying to escape my reality, but a lot of things were taking place around me. My employment situation was changing. Everything was changing, bro. And I was telling the brothers, I said, man, you know what? I understood that if a man is a product of his environment, as I understood, man, that I was going to be trapped here for a while because I couldn't really change my environment. But what I did, man, I had to change the reality in my mind. And I was telling them brothers, man, I said at minimum, I was meditating 6 hours a day. I had to create, I had to eliminate things around. I had to eliminate my old world, of course, but I was still in the midst of a situation I didn't want to be in. Meaning when I looked around my third dimensional world, I saw a place that I couldn't really escape. So I had to first escape in my mind. And I'm saying I was meditating, visualizing at least 6 hours a day, man. And I was creating a world. We talk about, a lot of times when we talk about meditating, man, or if you watch The Recipe, right? We talk about, seeing visions in your head and kind of just reliving moments to get that frequency that you're supposed to bottle up, right? Brother, I wasn't just reliving moments. I had a completely different life. I was living in a different city, in a different place, living life. I'm talking about watching television in this world, meditating in this world, cooking dinner and entertaining, new people in this world. It was a whole life. And I'm going to lie, brothers, at a certain point, it got so real that even when I came back to this third world reality, I was questioning which one was real or not. That's how much time I spent in my mind. And brother, when I say things transformed like overnight, brother, things transformed overnight. It all begins in the mind, man. You have to understand that like when brothers like Neville Goddard or brothers like Napoleon Hill are talking about impressing a frequency pretty much on your subconscious mind, that's what they're talking about, man. When you go into your visualizations and you get this and you have these thoughts, you're impressing that on your subconscious mind. You're impressing that on your subconscious mind, which is going to in turn become the way that you operate in this world, which is going to be in turn how you attract opportunities, how you attract certain people in this world, brothers. It's all about capturing frequencies. It's all about capturing frequencies. And when I talk about capturing frequencies, what I mean is when you're spending time with high vibrational people, when you're spending time, whether it's a phone call, whether it's you in the same room, whether it's at an event with high vibrational people, there's a frequency. There's a frequency associated with that, man. Bottle that frequency up. And when you're in this silent place, man, when you're in your thoughts, take that frequency and impress it upon your subconscious mind. Impress those thoughts on your subconscious mind. Let your thoughts be from that place, brothers. That's what the greats that said, that's what they meant. That's what they meant, man. So it's pointless. It's pointless for you to put yourselves around high vibrational people, places, and things if you aren't going to take that information back to the fifth dimension with you. It's pointless. It's pointless. I remember the first time I went to Dubai. First time I went, man. And anybody that flies Emirates, Emirates is nice, man. You walk in and you can look to the left, pretty much where I was sitting. You look to the left, man, and see, I guess, the coach section. And it's nice, comfortable chairs, televisions, a lot of elbow room. On Emirates is nice, right? But if you take a quick glance to the left, man, you see them brothers that are in business class. You see them brothers, man, with the whole bed set up where they can actually sleep. They have, little coffee makers and a whole little apartment in a little cubicle, I'll say. I remember looking at that the first time, man. I remember looking at that, man, and said, oh, snap. Like, that's what them brothers are experiencing. That's what they're experiencing. I took that frequency of just looking at that brother and I bottled it up. I took my ass back there to coach. But best believe the second and the third time I went to Dubai, brother, best believe I was stretched out. Best believe I was getting coffee and tea served to me, on an executive level. You have to take this high frequency, man, and impress it upon your subconscious mind. And I'm telling you, it is almost impossible, brothers, if you're still entertaining your old world. I'm daring you, brothers. I'm daring you, brothers, to disappear for a minute, man. I'm daring you, brothers, to say, you know what? For the next 30 days, for the next 90 days, for the rest of the winter, you know what, man? People, brothers, y'all aren't going to be seeing too much of me. I dare you to say that. I dare you to say, you know what, man, there's a lot of sisters that are blowing me up in the DMs. There's a lot of sisters that's hitting me up, want to hang out on the weekends. There's a lot of sisters that want to come Netflix and chill with a brother. I'm daring you to put a block to it. I'm daring you to say, you know what, I'm going to hang out with nothing but high vibrational people that are going to get me to the next level. And when I come out of this thing, all they're going to see is the 2.0 version of me. All they're going to say is, so how in the hell did you do it? I'm telling you, brothers. In order to elevate, you must separate. And again, I'm daring you, brothers. To disappear.
What's going on, fellas? What's going on, Power Circle? So, this right here, this said a lot, and it meant a lot to me. So you say this thing gonna be powerful. This is powerful. It's helped me in many ways. My journey, man, like I've said many times, I'm 48 years old. I've been going through a lot of these changes in life. Just even sitting back listening to the brothers, I went through a lot of experience. I experienced a lot of things. And when I sit back and look at it, man, it's just you got to be honest with yourself. And it's those things that are not that I haven't what wasn't doing and not doing, but as I and like I say, it's just been a journey as far as I'm up, I'm down, I'm in and out. In other words, I see the things come, but I kind of fall short again. But the thing is, and what I'm talking about that, but that skill set is one of my biggest problems. Not willing to take the time to do so. I have a lot of skills, but it's a few things that I kind of try to use excuses. So, okay, when that woman comes, or if I can find the right woman, I can have her to do this and have her to help me in this area because I do so much. But it's still my job to do those things. So even down to the weed, smoking, the drugs, I know these things for a fact. Within these are my hindrance. I have the car, I have the van, I have this, I have the thing that most people want, and they always just come to me without even trying. If I can tell you my blessings, man, it's blessing after blessing after blessing, but it's still those things that I don't do or cross that line of doing it, sitting down and making the sacrifice to do those things that have not allowed that door to me to access multi-million dollars. And I know that's for a fact. So you speaking the truth, and I agree with you 100%, man. It's just been even down to throwing my socks away, my t-shirts away, get rid of all that stuff, clean my house out. It was funny this weekend. I went to a customer house who wanted some work done, and this lady walked me through her house about from every room, and she was basically a hoarder. And it kind of I hold on to a lot of things as well, but it kind of made me look back at myself and watch how she sold me a dream of what she wants, but I know she'll never get there because she's stuck. And I was wondering, I was like, dude, why did you send me over here? But basically, it kind of went back to me reflecting on myself. So I appreciate you for putting this out here, man. From that skill set, just those things I know for a fact, and being a part of the power circuit has allowed me to push forward and push through these things. I've always been doing it on my own, as far as from my mind, state of mind, not understanding what I'm doing. But I do know I'm hindering my biggest problem. I'm hindering myself by not smoking the weed. That's holding me up from procrastination or whatever. And matter of fact, Brother Malcolm, watching and listening to his story, is what actually allowed me to be able to say, you know what, I'm done. I'm done. And if I did decide to go back to, I'm gonna beat myself up, but that's just been something I need to give up for whatever time being, if I were to go back to that. But I know those are the things that actually are hindering me from moving forward. But because of the power circle, I'm moving forward in these things. But like you say, it's taking a few steps at a time because I didn't get like this overnight. So all those things are making a difference. Just being on this call, man, and for you to be transparent once again, as you always are, it just kind of shed more light. And like I say, just making a few changes I made already, from getting rid of the t-shirts, getting rid of the socks, being better and organized, paying attention to what the circle is saying, reading it. My life has improved already. So I appreciate all y'all brothers, man. But this is one of the realest things that you're,